What's up, YouTube? This is my response to Apples and Mustard's Never Ever tag. Now, what the Never Ever tag is, it's a tag where you tell people things that you've never done that are really common, things that most everybody else has done except you, or things that people may be surprised that you've never done before. Now, I thought it was pretty awesome, like she told me it would be, so this is my response to that. Alright, one of the first things I've never done is drink or smoke. Now, I was looking at other people's responses, and that seems like that's something that's pretty common. There's a lot of people that out there that have never drank or smoked, and you know, I'm one of them, so it kind of seems like that's a common thing, so I don't even know if that should be on the Never Ever tag. Most everybody else I've known have drank or smoked or something like that. Okay, I've tasted alcohol before, but I haven't tasted enough to where I believe I can say that I've consumed, I've drank alcohol. I've never had any kind of buzz or been tipsy of anything before. I've kind of like just gave it a little taste test before, but that's the closest thing I've ever came to drinking. And as far as smoking goes, never done that before. I haven't smoked a cigarette. I haven't even smoked any of that cool stuff like Storm said. I've never flew on a plane before. A lot of people I've known, they've been on planes, but I've never even, I've been to an airport before, but I've never did pick up somebody, but that's the closest thing that I've been to an actual plane. I'm in my 20s right now, and I've still never been on a plane before. I plan to go get on a plane one day, but it's not that I'm scared of anything. It's just I've never really had a reason to get on one before. I've never been out of the South before. I've never, the farthest west I've ever been was like Houston, Texas. I've been to Killeen, Texas. I'm not sure exactly how far more west that is than Houston, but I've been to Killeen, Texas. I've been to Houston, Texas. That's as far west I've gone. As far north I've gone is North Carolina, and you know, that's still pretty much the South. Right now I'm in Mississippi. I've been here like my whole life, and I know that's kind of sad, but I just never been out of the South before. I plan on going somewhere. I'm gonna take care of the flew on the plane and the never been out of the South thing all at one time. I might even take care of the drinking thing. I'm gonna drink and get on the plane. Well, I'm gonna get on the plane, I'm gonna fly to the South, and I'm gonna drink something somewhere. I've never really watched like a whole football game or anything. Now I know that's kind of crazy, you know, being that I'm a guy, you know. I've never actually just like when I was in high school, I never even went to any of the high school games. I think I went to one. Or that might have been after I graduated. I've never been to any NFL games, any Major League Baseball games, or any I went to a basketball game. Yeah, I went to a basketball game once. It was the New Orleans Hornets. I went there, but that's it. I've never really just watched any game on TV. I saw some of the Super Bowl last year in 2008, but you know, I'm just not really that big into sports. And I like sports like UFC and I like motorsports, but as far as the traditional sports like America's favorite pastimes and stuff like that, and football, never really gotten into that before. Apples and Mustard said that she's never seen The Color Purple. What's crazy is that I've seen it, but I've never watched it the whole way through. It's like every time it comes on TV, I always catch it on like the same part. It's always on that part where she's teaching the other girl how to like spell words and stuff, or it's always on that part when she's a little girl. And you know, I've seen like bits and pieces of it. I guess I can say I have seen the whole movie because I've seen little pieces of it so many times that I can kind of put it together mentally. But as far as me sitting down and just watching it the whole way through, I've never seen it before. But you know, I've seen all the popular parts that people know. Like if they say a quote out of the movie, I know what they're talking about. But I've never seen The Color Purple the whole way through. Another movie I've never seen is Roots. It's like I should have seen that before. One day I'm gonna take the time out. Just gonna like rent all of them. I think it's like more than one DVD, and I'm gonna just sit down and I'm gonna watch Roots. But I haven't yet. But I'm gonna. If you're not from down south, you may not really see what the big deal is. But I've never evacuated for a storm before. Every hurricane, when I say storm, I mean a hurricane. Hurricanes are pretty common down here, and they come where they used to come. Like, well, they come often. The reason I say that is because it's actually common for a lot of people to like pack up all their stuff and leave. But for me, I've never left before. I mean, there was one time where I went to a shelter when I was like 5, so that had to be in what like the early 90s or something. I don't even remember what storm that was. but I've never like actually like left town like to get away from a storm before. I was here for all of them. I was here for Katrina, even though our house didn't suffer that much damage during Katrina. I was still here for it. Now, one storm, it was Gustav. It came last year. I was with my girlfriend and she wanted to go, so we like went somewhere in Georgia because like our workplaces had kind of shut down or whatever. But as far as me like evacuating for any other storm, you know, I've never done that before. I always sat here and wrote them out. Yeah. All right. Nice tag. I want to thank Apples and Mustard for a cool creative tag. I'm surprised it hadn't been thought of before, or even if it has been thought of before, I have never ran across it before. So just want to thank you for that, and thanks for watching. Oh, one more thing. This might apply to apples and oranges. Probably won't apply to anybody else unless you have hair like mine, have dreads. I don't know if you maintain your own hair, but I've never actually like twisted my hair before. I have done it before, like a little. I have done it before, like a little bit in the front. But as far as me like just saying that I maintain my hair myself, I don't. It's sad. I pay somebody to do it. I'm getting better at it, so you know, it looks like it's about time for me to get them tightened up. So guess what? I'm gonna try to do that myself. Scratch that off the list. Yeah, I can take care of all this stuff. I can scratch this off the list. I can go get on a plane. I can fly out of the South. I can go get a drink in whatever city I land in, and you know, that'll take care of all that. And I can go to like a game or something. Wow. All right.